What's up, everybody? Brett here, and I'm back today playing some more Darkest Dungeon. Alright, let's pick up where we left off last time. And head into... I have a team ready. We're going to go into the Weald. It's just a simple, veteran level dungeon. Short. And that's just because we have some level 3s and stuff that I want to bring up. A level 2 Vestal. I just want to get them a little bit higher level. That way we have more tools to use when we get to the higher level stuff. And there's a chance here we can end up fighting the thing. Everyone's got items, everyone's been upgraded. No reason to go through any of that. Okay. Let's put that back. I don't know if we need quite that much in the Weald. That's probably good for a short mission. So guys, man. Just got back from a walk. And I was recording a little bit. I don't like to sit down for too long, mostly for medical reasons. I got up from my walk. I think we're good. Well, I got up from recording and I decided to go for a walk, get some sunshine in my day. And I walk around my neighborhood a lot. And oftentimes I'll come across stray dogs or dogs that have collars that are kind of like lost. They got out of their yards. And over the last maybe year or so, I've probably returned like 10 dogs to their owners. Just because
these paths once.
I'm out of the house a lot.
Twisted as my own ambitions.
And I was walking down past some apartment complexes. Yeah, we actually have to go all the way this way, which I hate. We have to go all the way this way, then all the way back and up. And I just had this really intense interaction with a very large dog.
Wealth beyond measure.
Some sort of
awarded
German
to the brave
Shepherd
and the foolhardy alike.
mix that had gotten out of his house. There was a big, fat, very friendly and cute looking, man, I can't think of the name of the breed. Think of something like a little dash hound. I think that's the right, a little almost like a wiener dog, a fuzzy wiener dog. Something like that. It was very overweight. And that one was kind of sitting near the door. But I guess the owner, had multiple dogs that had escaped.
Herself, a victim to the spreading corruption.
And I'm walking on the other side of the street.
With misintent.
And, oh, Jesus. God damn it.
A menace of unconscionable alienage.
Okay, I'm going to keep telling the story in a second, but we got to focus up just a little bit here. The thing from the stars is very susceptible to blight. If we can get that rolling, that would be our best tool here. And bleed also could be good. Not going to be so easy to stun him, but let's try, see if we get lucky. No. It's alright. If we can bleed him... No, that wasn't any good either. And I don't think we have our bleed on Xena. We don't. We have the stun. Oh, that was a good hit. So basically, guys, I'm just walking on the other side of the road, and the dog just sprints from up a hill next to some apartment, and sprints across the road and starts growling at me. He's a big dog. And I've had these types of interactions before with wild dogs in the neighborhood, and I always kind of warn my kids about them and not to just kind of keep walking, but be very aware that they can hurt you. But this thing would not leave me alone. So I basically had to turn around and frighten it, get really big and get in its face and scream at it to get it to go away. Pretty scary. They had some gentleman working on a house next door, and I thought for a second it was their dog. Their front door was open because they were working, I guess, on the porch. And I was like, hey guys, come get your dog before this thing bites me. And the guys just looked at me, put their hands in the air. It's it's not our dog. And I was like, well, okay. Now that I'm thinking about it after the fact, now that I'm talking about it, actually kind of making me mad. Because it really doesn't matter if it's not your dog. At least, I would go and help. I would try to help. If I saw someone being chased by a very large dog, and I wasn't being chased, I was walking, but if I saw that interaction taking place, I would probably do my best to help that person. And they must have been there all day working. So they probably have seen the dog was out of the house, and nobody went and tried to corral him or get him back to his owner or anything. If he wouldn't have been so aggressive, what I normally do is just go knock on the door of where you can usually tell where the dog's from. But I would go knock on the door and see, hey guys, you lost your dog. Because the dog doesn't mean to be aggressive, probably. just, you know, he's out of his house and he's defending what he thinks is his territory, I guess. See if we can, yeah, the blight's gonna do more work. As his protection goes up to 80%, that's what we need. So I don't really blame the dog, but that could have very easily ended badly. And then as I was walking and kind of just every now and then taking a little step, do like a little 180, look behind me, make sure the dog wasn't following me, as sometimes can happen. I noticed there was another gentleman who was on his phone, wasn't paying attention, and he was walking a little puppy right past where that dog was. And the dog did the same thing. He ran across the street to go and growl at him, but the dude was on his phone, on his headphones, and he didn't see. And I was very worried about the dog, the puppy that is. And luckily the dog only kind of like walked up right behind him before he noticed the dog was there. And I was just, I stood still. I was like, man, if I gotta go run and help this guy, you know, this could be pretty bad. I wasn't that close. I was close enough to run and help him, but not close enough to potentially like save his dog for him. It's just a bad situation. Just a really bad situation.
Compassion is a rarity in the
Yeah,
fevered
I don't know, guys.
pitch of battle.
My big thing is I always tell my kids, like, some people get dogs and don't train them. And I just feel like that's such a bad thing. Or they get big, kind of aggressive dogs and they don't keep them secure. I mean, a German Shepherd, even a German Shepherd, which I love that breed, you know, untrained,
Let it return to them.
and wandering, you know, a city can hurt somebody. And just before that, actually, there was a, and this is going to sound kind of strange, there was a woman walking a Great Dane, and a really big Great Dane. Like, I've been around Great Danes. I've got buddies that have them. My wife has walked them before we have a neighbor who has a Great Dane, and they went out of town. And my wife walked their dog for them. Very friendly female Great Dane. But this thing was a big male, and he was super aggressive. And I was walking right behind the woman who was kind of like jogging with it.
Ambushed by foul invention.
First off, it was super gross because I was walking in front of like a really nice strip mall that's close to my home. And she let the dog pee on a trash can. And the dogs pee like a horse, these things. Super disgusting. And she just kind of let it happen. And, you know, a dog's going to do what a dog's going to do, but, like, this is not the place where you walk. In my opinion, this is not the place where you walk your dog to use the bathroom. And it basically peed on everything. And it smelled, I mean, it smelled horrible, right in front of all these businesses. And it just kept doing it in front of, like, every single business. And as I got kind of closer to them, I was very aware that the dog, you know, was slightly aggressive. You can kind of tell by the way it was pulling the woman. The woman had no control of this dog at all, which was kind of the scary part. And let's see if we can we get this kill? No, this dude is dead. The fact that she had no control over it was kind of the scary part. It was just pulling her wherever it wanted to go. And then as I got close behind the woman, it just turned on me instantly. Ears up, you know, tail out.
This is how a life is taken.
And she like grabbed it and had to pull it off to the side to get it away from me. Glad they missed that. We can heal from this, it's no big problem. But stuff like that, I mean, that just shouldn't happen. I'm a grown man,
The abyss
but if I had my kids with me,
the boldest gaze.
and something like this happened, I would be extremely upset. I'd be mad. See if we can cause some bleed here and heal ourselves. No one else really needs that kind of healing. And this thing will be dead next turn. All I'm saying is just be careful, man. My favorite dog breed, I've never owned this breed, you know, I've only ever seen it in documentaries and things. The Russians have a guard dog that they use in the same way that we very often use German Shepherds, right? In prisons and for police forces. It's called an ovcharka. And it's a really big, really aggressive. See if we can't just stun it. and maybe get some heals. Aggressive type of dog. And I would love to get one. They're super expensive. Their puppies are really cute. If you train them from an early age, you know, they're a very loyal type of house dog or a yard dog, right? But the problem is they're just... Let's use some of this food. The problem is I live in a neighborhood and I have 2 kids, and people around me, just like everyone around me, has dogs. And it would kind of be irresponsible for me to have this thing. This, as beautiful as this dog is, and as well as I know that I would train it, I still feel like it's irresponsible for me to have that dog. So I'm not going to get him, right? And I don't own some big business. I don't, you know, it would just be a family companion and a guard dog. But there's really no reason for me to have, damn, really bad. There's no reason for me to have a 140, 160, sometimes they go up to as much as like 200 pounds, I think are like some of the larger recorded of the breed. Like there's no reason for me to have, like say on average, a 140, 160 pound dog. That could potentially hurt other people. My neighbors both have dogs. I know I'm kind of ranting a little bit, but I don't know. For me, it's like a consideration issue. It doesn't hurt anybody when your little, you know, Chihuahua gets out of its backyard and walks around. But man, it's so dangerous. My wife was actually walking another dog in our neighborhood, and there was a stray Rottweiler and pit bull that had kind of like teamed up. Maybe they were escaped from the same place, so to speak. And they were roaming the neighborhood, feral. And there were people. If you're in the United States, you probably heard of the it's called Next Door. It's for like neighbors. It's kind of like a message board for neighbors. You know, if you found someone's dog, you can help them get it back, or you know, you're trying to sell something, whatever the case may be. And there were a lot of people very concerned about those dogs. And she actually ran across them with the dog that she was walking. And the dog that she was walking was not a tough dog. And she had to be very concerned. And I don't know how it is in other cities. Like if some of you guys live in really big cities, talking like Chicago, New York, Baltimore, you know, I don't know, Atlanta, New Orleans, wherever you live, that's like a bigger city where kind of like wild dog populations can go unnoticed. That's terrifying. Just straight up reverting back to acting like wolves. He's gone.
Death by inches.
We have no means of getting rid of this. She just misses everything. God. We have no means of getting rid of this stress. So they're just piling on her.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Yeah, we'll use the bandage. We'll probably end up throwing them away anyway, so we might as well use them, right? Can we get a secret room? Not quite. Awesome. They only have 11 HP. You just gotta kill them fast. Please stop doing that. That is really annoying. Totally messes up the flagellant.
Destroyed.
This expedition at least promises success.
And we're not just doing this because we want to level up these characters, but also because we want to level up the wield
The path is
and
clear.
unlock that next boss.
We require only the strength to follow it.
Alright, this is another just a free room. I don't know if this will quite give us the win. But we have a lot of space in our inventory right now. No! Okay, at least it wasn't bad. But we could have picked up more stuff. What do we toss? Yeah. Alright, I don't know what you said, but Alright, hunger check, kind of timely. Yeah, I guess all I'm saying is that this is the bandage one, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We could still go for it. Slow draw. Alright, that's a pretty bad one, but we can get that removed. I didn't see a trap. Might as well test this, because I'll probably end up throwing it away anyway. Depending on what's up here. Treasure room? Yeah. We need to make this a little more lucrative, considering the issues we've had. Another one of these, just maximum punished. If we do it again and we get another negative quirk, at least it goes on someone who's maxed out on quirks. Alright, give me something good. Start it off, increase the chance that we can get some bleeds going. Normally a pretty easy stun there. Rain of Whip 'em for the bleed and the AoE. Further decreasing their bleed chance. Could have gone for the Yop, the double stun. But this is the last fight. Let's just get the kill. We don't care what kind of damage we take from this. Yeah, my wife's been wanting to get another cat. If you've been watching me for a little while, you might know the story of Bitten. Told that a few times. But we picked up a stray cat, and long story short, ended up getting killed by my neighbor's dogs. And it was really, it was a real feel-bad thing. But we're kind of trying to feel like it's time to get another cat, but it's hard for me, because I'll say honestly that I got attached to him. And I don't know if I'm just ready to get another cat after losing one, after only having him for a few weeks.
Great is the weapon.
And I love cats, but there's a lot to be said for there being like too many cats in America. You can look up, there's lots of different information out there about
surges as the enemy crumbles.
Cats destroying bird populations, and you know, their rapid breeding is actually really dangerous. Come on. You're gonna pass the turn? No. She's missed almost every single attack that she's gone for in this run. But yeah, so my point being basically about the cats is that it felt better to get a cat that was off the street, you know, and rather than trying to get like one of those like designer cats,
Continue the onslaught.
just taking a good street cat,
Them.
getting it neutered, and then, you know, taking care of it felt more right to me.
The light, the promise of safety.
Than going and like paying
If
for some
only
expensive
treasure
cat.
could
You know what I'm
staunch
saying?
the flow of otherworldly corruption.
That's basically all I'm saying. And I don't know.
Paths and roads
It's one of
bring
those things where
soldiers
like
and
lightning
supplies.
struck.
Let them arrive unharried.
And we just ended up getting like the perfect cat for us on accident. Ooh, and she didn't even make it to level 3. That kind of sucks. Gifted's nice. And prismatic stability. Increased move resistance. We need to lock this guy's stuff in. He just picked up 2 great things.
Your soldiers' minds are mired in
Ooh,
malignancy.
this is not good.
Fear has taken root.
Despondency and ambivalence seem to be on the wind. Many adventurers confess to having a troubled disposition, even here in the relative safety of the hamlet. Well, I know, guys, this is a kind of a cool thing that's going to happen eventually, But as we get closer and closer, we'll start seeing some really weird stuff happen with our UI. And I don't think we're quite there yet. I don't remember what actually triggers it. Oh, the runs is awful. Gotta get rid of that. And she, despite whatever else she has going on, she needs to come in here and get rid of being selfish. That's awful. Otherwise, we can bring the flagellant in here. Man, these are all bad. I like tough. Nah, wow. I like all of these. Let's lock in tough first. Gifted's pretty nice. Increased healing received. Gifted combined with spiritual, I mean, that's awesome. Let's get rid of dud hitter. That's a bad one. Guys, our gold is just stacking up. We really almost can't even stop it now. Man, I would love to get another Houndmaster. How many do we have? Just Skibo? Just one? I feel like we need a Houndmaster. Over something. Over one of these other low-level characters. I'm looking at Sigmund here. How many other occultists do we have? One? Is it just one? Raveno. I think we lost one of the other occultists on the run that we did with... See how good he is, if I'm going to consider tossing him. I mean, that's a good one. This guy's not bad. Increased accuracy for range skills, that's huge. Increased range skill crit, plus extra accuracy, plus unerring. This guy is like a cannon. Yeah, I don't know if I want to get rid of him, but who would I get rid of? For a level 4 Houndmaster. I like the Houndmasters a lot. I value their bleed, their AoE, I value their stress relief. We don't have enough of that, I feel like. How many Jesters do we have? We have Ver and we have Mad Hatter. So we have 2 Jesters and we have 1 Houndmaster. That might be enough for late game stuff. Like, do we get rid of... Who do we get rid of? I don't know, guys. I don't want to pass on that. Do we get rid of Ross, maybe? Deadly, Fairweather Fighter. Do we have more than 2 men-at-arms? I don't think so. Only 1, Tiberius. I'm tempted to dump him. I won't though. I'm gonna hold on. It's a utility thing. Let's unequip. You know, I just want to have as many sources of stress relieving as I possibly can get my hands on. And what did we pick up from that run? I don't even remember. Oh, this. Yeah, that's just free 1,500 gold. And that. And that. Don't need any of that. It's just money in the bank. Alright guys, and just like that, we're over 300 crests. Let's go in here. Start hooking it up. Let's get the training ring for the Arbalist, Houndmaster, Man-at-Arms, Shieldbreaker, and Musketeer. They get 4+ accuracy and 10% max HP. I mean, that's as good as an item, you know, of a good trinket that we might put on one of them for a particular run. Like, we just increased their power level to that extent. It's like giving them a 3rd trinket. So that's a really good one to have. Some of these others, though. Excuse me, big yawn. Those are quite expensive. We can't really afford those. But as we get more crests, we're definitely going to want to use them to upgrade certain things, like the sanitarium. For instance, we still don't have this maxed out. We need to get the patient cells of the treatment ward. Well, we could upgrade this, but money's not really the factor right now. It's I want the last slot here, and I need more crests to do it. I could switch some stuff around, but I don't really want to do that. Let's actually look in here and see what we can get with 45 shards. Plague Doctor, I think we've done this before. Plague Doctor and Antiquarian. Yeah, we'll need a little more. I want to get into this 60-65 range. This is pretty good. Increasing the power of his stress skills. It probably would just, for me, replace the bright tambourine. And then we just would hold on to laudanum. You know, it wouldn't be that big of a problem. 70 is not even that big of a stretch, too. But these revolve around using guard a lot. Kind of the same with the antiquarian item. You get huge dodge, and then you tell someone to protect you. And then they can't hit you. Or if you like a man-at-arms kind of combo going on. Flagellant. Increased damage. Interesting. It's kind of like it's trying to tell you how to play in the farmstead. Anyway, let's go back here and see how much experience we got for that, if any. Not very much for doing the low-level stuff. Oh man, we can get a caregivers convention? Yeah. That's a bunch of free stuff. Sculptor's tools, we don't need that. Would love to get this ancestor's coat. That's a pretty real item for us in the Warrens. Double gentle tide. This is the sanguine snuff. I think I have one of those already. So for me right now, it's up between doing a long run or going here and doing the gather 3 medicines again. I would probably do something like this. And then something perhaps even like this. Or like this. For the value of it. Yeah, I think we can do that. Just get this knocked out. Increased protection. We may end up having another dream. I'm not sure if you have to be a champion level to have those dreams. To increase our healing. See, this is the guy who's like super powerful and ranged. We could give him the Ancestor's Candle. And increased accuracy. He doesn't really need the accuracy, so I would give him something else. That way we can give the pistol here. Increased damage. Increased damage. It's actually lower stress. Let's make that a bit of a priority. Alright, seems good. What do we want here? We want... Retribution's good. We definitely want bolster. This seems fine. That seems good. Let's switch them up. Heals seems fine. Seems good. Okay, now let's go in and just very quickly make sure that they're all fully upgraded. And they were not. All got upgraded skills. Alright, and just like that, we're good to go. Here. This is a medium length. So we're going to pack a little heavier. Especially because we have the money. I mean, let's be real. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I'll just bring one extra of each. And let's go. Just keep on leveling this up, and we'll be able to take on the next boss very soon. I'm trying to remember what the next boss is. We did the hag already.
Our land is remote and unneighbored.
Every lost resource must be recovered.
Jeez, this is a big place. I think, is it the flesh? Or is that in the Warrens? I think the Warrens might be the flesh.
Packs laden
Even
with
at this
loot
level, the flesh
are
is still the
often
easiest
low on
one.
supplies.
Ooh, okay. We don't have any blood. This could be very dangerous for us. If we get infected, we don't really have the means of
Continue the onslaught.
feeding ourselves the blood.
Destroy them all.
And they're all very resistant to being stunned. So let's just give ourselves some dodge. No infection. Come on. It looks like these guys don't infect you, but I'm pretty sure they can. I thought Gather the Blood was the one that could give you the curse. Maybe they removed that. Maybe only certain of those can give you that.
Press disadvantage.
I don't know. I need to look
Give them
that
no
up.
quarter.
Because if they can give you the curse, it should say at the bottom there. But it doesn't.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
But I could have sworn Gather the Blood could curse us. Yeah. And there we go, as if to prove it. But it doesn't have the little symbol next to it.
Eradicated.
So obviously that's not good that we just were cursed for the second time. So we have two characters right now that
These
are cursed.
nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
And let's just prevent this. We accidentally walked a little bit and took 3 extra damage, more than we needed to, but I think we're okay. And we'll just heal it up with the food. We've read this already. We'll just toss it. More. The infestation must have gone up a tier. And I just didn't notice. Let's use some AoE.
Powerful blow.
That was pretty good. Now Impale should kill him. Oh, we can't use Impale now because we move forward. Okay.
Confidence surges as the
It's
enemy
alright. Just
crumbles.
as good. We could really use picking up some blood. That would be pretty useful. Happy he dodged that, or she dodged that, because we just have no means of getting rid of stress with this party.
Their formation is broken.
Other than camping. We can't
Maintain
camp.
the offensive.
Wow, the one we were trying to kill was the one to dodge it. It's alright.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Thank you, Wayne. Alright, we'll pop that, toss that. We'll leave Citrine where it lies, and we're expecting to use this blood whenever she starts to crave it. Super punished for not picking up the Citrine. I want both of these. Pick up the deeds. Toss that. Pick that up. Like, we need shovels to continue. Might even be a decent time to make some stacks of things I don't want to throw away. Put them at the bottom. We're not even to the second room yet. Ugh. Oh no. We haven't fought a Shambler for a while. And this isn't our strongest crew here. I mean, this is like a Shambler. You want to fight them with like a bunch of level 4s. Or even some 5s mixed in. And what we got here is a 5 and a 4 and 2 3s. I think we can kill them. We're like in perfect condition right now. Let's go in there topped off. We're doing it. A terrifying figure emerges.
Behold the infinite malignity of the stars.
All right. That's a good start. That's a damn good start. Increase our speed. And we'll see what the man-at-arms can do from this back position. Let's amp that up. Okay, the dodge didn't help us that time.
Be left unanswered.
We did resist all of that other stuff, though. The blight. I'm worried we don't have what it takes to kill these things quickly before they get massive protection and dodge. And of course, they're faster than us. Oh, nice. That was very unexpected. Switch that up. What's the move resistance on him? Not that high. Put him back in that front row. Just keep nailing it. 64. Okay, he's gonna make another little baby. Yeah, we're starting to get pretty hurt from the occultist. He needs to heal himself. Damn, these little things are strong. But at least now we can put real firepower on him. We critted for 6. Okay. If you say so. We could impale, but let's just keep going for this piercing damage. It's bypassing his protection. And we're gonna get rid of this. Oh, we can't. We don't have any left. Okay. They're not that resistant to stuns. Try and just set up riposte. Come on, 31 HP, that's all we need. And we still have to kill the little spores, I'm pretty damn sure. Alright, good hit. Damn, let's just smack him.
A devastating blow.
Come on. Almost 10 HP, guys. We can do it. Stun there feels pretty good. This was the stronger one. We probably should have stunned him.
A dizzying blow to
3
body
HP,
and
let's
brain.
do it. No, I was about to say no crits. Just don't give him a free crit for no reason. He's gonna die to his own polite. I almost guarantee it. No, we gotta do this. Or my luck is so bad, he'll just die. He would have died right there. Boom. Perfect. But we do get the bleed. But at least he's alive. And now we get to kill the Shambler, which we're gonna do with an impale.
It could be dismissed as a fever dream, if not for the corpses.
We're gonna have to camp after this one. Don't kill anybody. God, this is rough.
Impressive.
Alright, one down. We crit the wrong one, but that's okay. Double whiff on the stun feels pretty bad.
Soothed. Sedated.
There we go. If we had more dots that we could spread, we would have just used her. Is that all
This
we get?
expedition at least promises success.
Boy, that wasn't worth it. That wasn't worth it at all. Just some gold that I don't even really need. Damn. That sucked. And the really crappy part is we can't camp yet.
As the light
And we've got another
purchase,
battle that we're going into
spirits
right
are
now.
lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Let's try and get rid of him.
The
Perfect.
ground quakes.
And her next.
Annihilated.
Alright, I'll take that all day long. It's good stuff. And if we can land a stun here. Perfect. So we just made it a 3 or a 4v1. Perfect. It's about as good of a first turn as you can hope for. Okay, we need to do better than 3s if we're going to come back from this naturally.
A singular strike.
Without using a camp. And I don't think we can, just because we don't have stress relief in this party. And our healer is just not reliable. I kind of brought her as a backup healer.
Momentary abatement.
A 6, a 3, and a 0, when before that we hit for 60-something, 61. And that's why I don't like the occultist. There's a 2. Guys, to be clear, the spectrum is anywhere between 0 and like 30-something. So that's, I mean, we're talking like rolling dice. That's some pretty bad numbers.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Let's give everyone a little bit of food. You know, we could just max out on the food healing. Pick that up. That's fine. We'll probably even let's reshuffle. We'll probably even pick up more food as we go. There's lots of like random food pickups here. This is only the 3rd room. Jesus. Haven't even seen a medicine yet.
Decimated.
Beautiful. I think it's Eldritch. This is bonus damage versus that. Yep. Nice. So he's not going to force us to shuffle and all that stuff. And then he starts smacking with his tree branch. Let's get dodgy and reduce our stress. That's a big hit, though. And this thing has no protection. Doesn't have any very good dodge either. It just has a huge HP pool. But this type of thing, this is how we come back into this with good health. And we won't need to camp for a minute.
Well struck.
Awesome. And all these crits are really bringing our stress down naturally.
Their cursed champion falls. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Man, what do we even toss? Because the truth here is that we are going to... I mean, this is 2 stacks. That we're going to have to pick up medicine. And we're going to have to make space regardless of what we do. And I don't want to rest here because we're back to full HP. So let's actually... Man, we'll toss that, pick that up. Because we're going to open this, probably get some more gold. Finish off this stack. Nah, we'll just toss the rest. We may end up just tossing keys, unless we come across a secret room. It's going to make us go down multiple paths. I know that this is like the effigy, but I'm trying to remember what that does. We barely made that happen. Took the big damage there. We could have killed him before he got a chance to attack. That probably would have been wise. And another stun. Sure.
Masterfully executed.
Happy for that crit. Feels good, man. See you later. Okay,
A
food once
trifling
again.
victory, but a victory
We're
nonetheless.
just like drowning in food. Okay, this is a troubling effigy. Got it. I think you need holy water. And we don't have anything. We're just going to keep walking. I feel like there's a high chance for something really bad to happen. Shallow grave, though. We can dig that out.
Finding the stuff is only the first test.
I'm tossing
Now
the
it must be
keys.
carried home.
I don't see the keys as particularly necessary. Unless there's a secret room. And then I'll be kicking myself, of course. We're going to let it get dark. Unless we pick up a free torch, I guess. No, we're still going to let it get dark, and we might camp up here. No, let's actually just... We're going to camp once we're hurt and stressed. And try not to do that before. That's good. More AoE. Just spinning them all around the place. Nice. Huge damage. I love that ability. Big damage, big blight. It lasts for a lot of turns. It's 16 damage. I wanted to use Impale, but this works too.
The greater the
That ability is almost too strong. It's more versus marked. I don't think I ever knew that. So you could be running a marked party right now. Man, look at all this
Foolish
stuff.
horrors, brought low and
See what kind of scout we get. I'm seeing right here, there's already an obstacle. It's not showing. Yeah, there's a quest location there, so we should move that way. I want these crests. Like we talked about, more than gold. Gold, like, if I have to toss either gold or crests, I'm going to toss gold all day because we just don't need it anymore. We need a key to open that. We don't have what we need to mess with this. Just keep walking. And soon we'll start throwing away sacks of gold.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Well, let's not use her. Let's use her, just in case, you know, we don't want to get, like, a stress bomb. We could have relieved her stress a little bit. Man, we might be fighting in the dark for a little while, guys. We're almost out of torches. That Shambler really messed us up.
A decisive pummeling.
But we beat him, which is cool and everything, but we got, like, nothing for it. Gotta love being able to bypass stealth. With some nice AoE. There we go. No more nonsense out of you. Let's stun the other one now. man. My phone's going off because there's an Amber Alert. I hate to see that. The last time there was an Amber Alert, I did maybe the mistake of like following it and, you know, looking up the case and seeing what ended up happening. And it was a woman a crazy woman. She abducted her son, who the state had taken from her and given to the father because he was mentally stable. And she abducted her son, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? She's crazy, but she'll never hurt her own son. And surely they'll find her, you know, sticks out like a sore thumb. And they had pictures of the boy. He was super cute. He was like my kid's age. And we're craving now. This is why we kept the blood. And honestly, now I'm going to toss it. I know I don't need it anymore. But yeah, followed the story, and 12 hours later, they had found
Success so clearly in view.
the boy.
Or is it merely a
And his
trick
mom
of the
dead.
light?
They found him dead inside inside her car, outside of like a courtroom or a courthouse where she had like killed them both. Just such a pointless thing. And it just bummed me out for days, man. When you're a parent, anytime something happens to kids, it just hits you in a real like deep place.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent.
Wish I could go out there and help, but most of the time in my area, I mean, I'm getting Amber Alerts for El Paso, I'm getting Amber Alerts, and I live like 8-9 hours away from El Paso. Getting Amber Alerts for, right now, Del Rio, which I don't even know exactly where that is, to give you an idea. It would be nice if there was something we could do, but I'm sure they help sometimes. I'd love to know how many children have been saved by Amber Alert notifications on cell phones. Really happy we dodged that there. That's the scariest attack in the arsenal for this team. This is going to be a pitch black run pretty damn soon, I feel like. Very good. Almost got that kill. Guard it up. If he goes for another tree branch smackdown,
Ringing ears.
ooh, we might all get shuffled
Blurred
again.
vision.
We did. All right, this is
The
not the
end
worst shuffle. We
approaches.
can do stuff from this position. And that destroys the corpses as well. That's not relevant right now, but it's something that it does. That is not what I meant to click on. That was the wrong thing. Excellent stun. Another problem is that we only have 4 food for when we camp. It's already dead, so let's take the heal. So we're not going to be able to get rid of any type of stress. I think we'll just be able to do the bare minimum of not starving.
Victory. Perhaps the turning point.
I just heard that he said turning point, and I was like, my brain instantly said a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. Let's pick that up. Toss the
A
gold.
handsome reward for a task well performed.
These are the things I am not throwing away no matter what. We can add this over here to the list. Okay, we're going to make use of another shovel. Hopefully, the last piece is right here in this room. If not, we have to walk all the way back to here and then find it over here. And there it is. Awesome. And I forgot to shuffle my party. Alright, that was nice. Doggone. Pop that bolster right at the start.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Man, despite these not being champion level runs, they've been quite stressful today.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
Good crit. They're just constantly like screwing each other over trying to get to the back line. It's kind of funny. Let's go for this and shuffle the Arbalest into the back. You gotta love the self-stress relief.
Inspiration and improvement.
Managed to stun him despite the extra 50% stun resist.
Seize this momentum.
We're gonna camp.
Push on to the task's
We're gonna eat.
end.
We're gonna pick stuff up. Yeah. Now, because oh man, okay, we're in a decent spot here. What do we do? I don't think we can prevent the nighttime ambush with what we have. So basically what I'm thinking right now, guys, is if we do end up with the dream, I like this. Weapons practice, I think, is a good go-to thing. We can use wound care to heal her and get rid of that blight.
Abatement.
Get rid of her stress. Get rid of his stress. And then we can pep talk her to lower her stress overall, plus a bolster. And that'll make us pretty good if we end up having to fight the snakes. I think that's about as good as we can hope for.
And
Wake
now,
up, they're upon us.
The darkness holds dominion.
Okay, nope, just a standard
Black as death.
ambush here. Man, wow, we fought the thing from the stars, the Shambler. Okay, we're not going to use Impale because I don't want to bring her to the front.
Another
And her Pierce is good enough to kill the
cleansed from all
gargoyles
lands.
outright. So let's take advantage of that and make that happen. Gotta love how much HP she has. Wow, ignores an AoE buff. Thanks to that new district that we built, she has better HP, 10% more. She's also a level 5, so I mean, she has a lot. It's not surprising.
Back to the pit.
And there we go. Now we shuffle her back to the front. Or back to the back. And him back to the front. Okay, get him out of here. There we go.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
See what kind of goods we get off of that. Some good stuff. So, we know we're going to drop this shovel. We know we're going to drop the emerald. Or, we're going to pick up the sapphire, but I think we're going to have to drop that too for the last medicinal thing here. And then we're done. return to the hamlet with a nice haul of both trinkets and gold.
These medicines will prevent the outbreak of epidemic at our struggling hamlet.
So this is about 15k. We're going to pick up another 15k from interest. I love it when it's so many that they have to count it like that. Sadly, we did get another cursed character, but it's also another level 6 legend. She made it up to champion level, and they both made it up to master level. So soon all we'll have is level 6s.
The preponderance of rare and exotic injuries makes this place perfect for the study of suffering.
So we did this for the Caregivers Convention. Among the visiting delegation are experts in corporeal and cognitive disability, as well as several forensic specialists. So very nice. And what we're going to do now is come here and increase the number of treatment slots. So now with our near infinite money, we're not quite infinite yet, I say that, but now that we've opened up all 3 slots, we could spend like 30k a turn easily just on this, which will basically put us at even. We're going to make at least 30k every run. We're making about 15, we're making almost 20, we're like 17, 18,000 in interest, thanks to the bank district that we built. So we're barely going to be above breaking even. So we need to be careful how much we spend, but we can certainly afford to spend quite a bit. And now, where are those other guys? Let's put him in there. Let's lock in Gifted, get rid of Calm. I like that. What did Xena have? I hate Slow Draw. And I love Luminous, I love Deadly, and I love Steady. Those are great. She's going to be really strong once she levels. You really want to take advantage of this by getting rid of locked in things that are bad. I don't know, maybe Mad Hatter's got something. And something good. I do love Natural Swing. Yeah. Boom. Is anyone diseased? I don't think so. What do we have in the stagecoach before we go? Nothing we need. Nomad wagon, nothing we need. We're not quite level 7 yet. But very soon we won't even be doing any of the low level stuff. We'll just be doing the big stuff. And that's why I'm not that much in a hurry to get some of these really good Ancestors trinkets. It's just because we're going to see them. We're going to see them come and go. I don't need to have this to make my run work. And a handkerchief, you know, for God's sakes. We might go into the courtyard very soon since the infestation is rising. But I would love to get the wheel done and then be able to focus on other stuff. That would be nice. And then eventually we're going to go back into the farmstead and we can pretty easily beat 79. I think my highest number, I think I got close to 200 or at 200 before. Not 100%, like maybe, I know I got to 150. But that takes a long time. It's hours and hours. It would be like 4 videos in a row of me doing this, which may be interesting to some people, but other people I could see it wouldn't be. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video and minor ramblings, but that's just stuff that's on my mind. Take care, y'all. I'll see you in the next one. And, yeah, later, guys.